Good evening, sports fans. Well, shall I say good afternoon, sports fans, and welcome to the defining moment right here on iSports Radio, your directly for all that is sports. This is me, your boy Larry B. Bringing it to you here live on a beautiful Monday afternoon. It is Monday, July 10th, 2023. My goodness. We're halfway through the year, yo. Seems like it just started. We were just in the NFL playoffs. Super Bowl was a month away. So was my birthday. Then some college baseball started up. NBA training camps and World Baseball Classic, March Madness, Frozen 4. Before you know it, we're talking about all these spring sports, and we found our way into Memorial Day weekend. June flew by, and July is here, y'all. So, welcome to the second half of the year. Oh my gosh, we got so many great things to get to today. They're gonna make you say, "Oh, you better believe it." All right, y'all. So, the rundown today is gonna be a lot of fun. Summertime is here, and the NBA Summer League has been lots of fun. Wembanyama has been as advertised. Jabari Smith is an absolute animal. Can we just get that out of the way? It's true. Wimbledon has been so fun. So many great athletes out there giving it their all. It's an amazing tournament that I always love to watch every year. Also, NFL training camps. Well, they're getting close. College football training camps are even closer. However, football is a lot like a fight, as we like to call it, controlled chaos. But you know what isn't really that controlled, still chaos though? Boxing. Oh, I love it to its core. SpenceCrawford is just a week away. 2 weeks. Forgive me. I'm so hyped up for this fight, y'all. I'm excited to get into that thing. We'll talk a little bit about that. Then we are going to talk a little bit about some auto sports. Plenty of great things to get to. IndyCar has been awesome. Formula 1 has been the same thing it's been for years. And NASCAR, a little bit of rain issues in the summer. Oh no. Awesome. Plenty of things to get to with the MLS. The Gold Cup is awesome. Let's go USA. Women's Pro Fast Pitch, WNBA, NWSL, Women's World Series. Wow, I'm all over the place. Women's World Cup, We're ready to get started soon. I'm just so hyped up on that last Women's World Series, you guys. Boomer sooner, I'm just saying. Anyway, we're gonna have ourselves a great show today. Hang in with us. Let's do this, y'all. You are now tuned in live to the defining moment right here on iSports Radio, your directly for all that is sports. Good afternoon, sports fans. Man, it has been too long, right? I know. One show in June, my apologies. Good old state testing, it's kind of just got me feeling kind of angry at the world. I'm just kidding. But it's alright. I'll finish this stupid stuff and soon I'll be free from it. Regardless, I'm happy to be here with you guys. Had to make a little time during all this dang studying to be here with you guys today. And we are due for a show for sure. So, big ups everybody. We appreciate you all for tuning in. Thank you all so much for being here. Once again, today it has just been a wonderful day today. It's been sunny since the very early morning. Loving the early sunrises. Loving the late sunsets. Oh, I love it. As much as I don't really care for the heat, I love it too. Why not, right? It's summertime, especially summertime down here in SoCal. Loving every minute of it. And really, really excited to be on air today. So, with that said, once again, we got so much to get to today. I got to crown a USFL champion from a couple weeks ago. Whoops. Got some little NBA talk today. Our boy Taryn Rodriguez has been doing amazing over there for them, covering the NBA, getting so many great interviews. We'll be talking all about them. My Inland Empire Matadors are the playoffs. Hopefully they can do well. And just so much more, you guys. Like I said earlier, SpenceCrawford. Oh, that's going to be such a good fight. It's going to be one of my all-time favorite fights for sure. At least I hope it is. But I don't think it's going to disappoint. The WNBA has been very eventful. So happy to have those ladies back on the floor. Also on the hardwood, man. The NBA Summer League has been so much fun to enjoy. Not even just really cover it, just enjoy the game. So that's been great. And like I said, lots of auto sports to get to. So much to get to today. So once again, thank you so much for being here. If this is your first time tuning in, then welcome, because, we're kind of a big deal. We do our best to produce the best sports that we can. 9 years. It ain't been 9 years for nothing. This IE Sports Radio family is incredible, and I just pay them so much tribute for being the awesome team they've been for so long. And just showing lots of love to everybody around the station. And you'll be hearing plenty about their shows throughout this show. So, all right, guys. So, we're going to start things off I know. I want to start things off with football because, well, just kind of get that out of the way first because it's not really football season just yet. But big ups to a team that won it all just a couple of weeks ago. And this team just kind of shows that, or this league, the USFL, just kind of shows that you don't necessarily have to be that big NFL name to still live out that dream of football and get to enjoy it. And you know what? I wish this thing was around back in my early college days, because this is a league that I really feel I could have played in. This is such a great league, and I guess I love the fact that these young guys today get a chance to get out there and make it happen. So congratulations to the Birmingham Stallions. Back on July 1st, I know that was 10 days ago, my apologies. But they got it all done. They made it happen. They defeated a very good Pittsburgh Maulers team. Their record didn't show it, but they were a very good team. And you know what? It was great to see the Stallions make it happen and earn it. So we have the Stars winning last year. Remember Scooby Wright doing his thing in that game and looking pretty solid. This year, the Birmingham Stallions will get it done. And congratulations to them on a great season. I want to see more of these guys be able to get those tryouts at training camps coming up, and it's a great thing, I mean, I know the USFL is a little bit more standalone than the XFL, so hey, I mean, really, it'd be nice to see this league just continue to grow and do its thing. I get it, we all want the NFL, everyone loves the NFL, but you know what? Why not? Hey, if you could be a star here, look at Doug Flutie, that guy was an amazing star in the Canadian League, so it's like, take it where it is, because sometimes it's politics. You guys know as well as I do. I played on, a few college teams in my day and been playing semi-professional for a while. The politics are always there. And sometimes when you got a good thing, why are you trying to leave it for something if that's not even a for sure deal? I get it. Yes, you want to reach for those dreams. You want to go for all that. And that's fine. But you go up there and get rejected for whatever reason or whatever. Hey, you know what? The USFL might just be home. And I love that. So it's a great opportunity for these guys who just Once again, who knows the reason why they're not in the NFL. But at the same exact time, a lot of things can fall into it. Politics, could be a little stronger, could be a little faster, whatever it may be. But this can be a growing, a tool for them for, who knows, a couple of years, kind of like a farm system. But at the same exact time, I know that's more of the XFL. But once again, regardless, I love that these leagues are here now. And I really hope that the XFL and the USFL are here to stay, regardless of their purposes. Once again, the XFL being more of a feeder into the NFL, at least that's what it's trying to do. And the USFL being a little more standalone. Just there's more football, you guys. How cool is it to know that we get football now? I mean, if you think about the calendar year in football, let's just say it starts out with the NFL in August with preseason. Okay, so we get August all the way through February with the NFL. That same exact weekend, we get the XFL that starts and goes all the way until, May? Somewhere right around in May. And then we get the USFL that starts mid-April and goes all the way until basically July. I mean, it was July 1st. But, and then we get a couple weeks without football. Think about that, guys. We've been spoiled with football, We get, maybe 1, 2, because training camps start in 2 weeks? If not, players are returning next week, I think. It's getting close here for the NFL. So we only have, out of 52 weeks a year, we only get 2 weeks where we don't have football right now. And say what you will, the other leagues suck or whatever. Guys, I love the game. That's what it's all about. I love the game. That's why Taryn and I cover freaking D3 and D2. That's why we know who Mount Union is and, Colorado School of Mines and all those schools. That's why we know who those schools are, because we love the game. We paid shout outs to Basha High School in Arizona and the Football Factory, Corona Centennial, Modern Day. We know these schools. Duncanville of Texas, because we love the game. It's not always about, though, it's the NFL. That's the only thing, and of course we love the NCAA as well, single A, but that's what it's all about. So before I get too far off on that in the soapbox, my apologies, we got to get to some more sports, but just got to say, I love what these two leagues are doing. I love football, and I'm so happy that we have football, I think, 49 or 50 weeks out of 52 a year. Can we be grateful for that, right? Yes. I'm all for it. So, all right. So, let's go ahead and dive on in, because big ups once again to the Birmingham Stallions for getting it done. Great job to them. And let's go ahead and branch off to the other football, if you will. I have been so proud of the U.S. men's national team. Let's be real. You've heard me bash them in the past because it's kind of annoying that they haven't been decent. I mean, my gosh, it took forever to get okay. But now I feel like this team is pretty good. You're going to have to be, because the freaking World Cup is going to be hosted here on U.S. soil. Specifically, I think here in L.A., okay, is one of the stadiums. Yeah, guys, this is kind of a big deal. We need to make it happen. So I want to see this USA team give a hell of a fight. Will they win it all in a couple of years? My goodness, I would love it. I would absolutely love it. But let's be real here. There are so many great teams around the world. And the USA, hey, if you want it, you got to get it. You got to get it. That's all there is to it. Because those other teams want it, and they want it bad. They're starving. So the U.S. men's national team needs to get it together and make it happen. Now, I'm not being negative. I'm just saying, hey, the women have done it time and time again. They've got a few World Cups under their belt. So let's see the men get it done. I want to see that. I really want to see that. I'm behind this team. I love them. But you know me, I'm a hard person on my teams. But I'm excited for this team this year. A couple days ago, actually, last night was incredible. The USA winning it all and penalties. Oh my gosh. We're not winning it all. It felt like it. Oh my gosh. Quarterfinal game versus Canada. And Canada's gotten a lot better. This team, yeah, they've been fighting. They have been fighting hard. Reasons to be proud of Team Canada for the Canadians. The USA just made it happen. Great stuff there. 2-2. At the end of extra time, and we go into a PK shootout. The USA wins it 3-2 on penalty kicks. Oh my gosh, can we get the applause one more time? USA! 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 I'm loving it, man. This is it. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. This team is so good, and I'm so proud of being able to say that this team right here, this fighting team like this, is going to be able to represent us in a couple of years in the World Cup. And no matter how far they go, I'm happy to say that, we get a lot of guys who I think are really going to fight. Now, whether they win or not, that's on how hard they want to push. But then on the other side, Mexico, man. Of course, me, Mexican-American, very, of course, I'm Stars and Stripes all day. But, the culture, the ancestry, hey, good for them, good for that, good for Mexico. Super, 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 super good game versus Costa Rica. Mexico made it happen. They got 2-0. Our very own Martin Sandoval, actually, him and his father, big shout out to him. Martin Sandoval does our wrestling show here. He's been with IE Sports Radio basically almost the entire 9 years that we've been on air. Him, and shout out to him and Felicia. But, yeah, man. Martin got to be there in person in AT&T Stadium to see this happen. Mexico made it happen. They look great. They look strong. And I think they're on a collision course, again, with the USA. They've made it there in the past before. And can they get it done? We shall see. So on that same side of the ladder, Panama defeated Qatar 4-0. Tough break for Qatar, but great stuff for Panama. They will continue on 4-0, though. They will take on Mexico. They look strong. They really do. They look I'm sorry, no, they won't. They'll take on the USA. They look strong. They really do. They look like a good, solid team right now. I still believe in our USA team, but Panama is not going to make it easy. I'll tell you that right now. And then on the other side, back to the Mexico side, Jamaica. This team looked good yesterday, y'all. They did. They looked really good. They played like a team. They were a unit. Guatemala looked strong as well. It was a 1-goal game, 1-0. The closest of the two. I mean, I guess you can say the PKs was the closest out of all 4 games, but out of the 2 games yesterday, oh man, they were both great, and Jamaica looked very solid. I'm happy. We got 4 teams that look very, very good in the quarterfinal. I'm sorry, in the semifinals. So that's coming up on Wednesday. We got the USA first. USA and Panama going head to head, and after them we have Jamaica and Mexico. I'm just going to throw us out there. It's what I want, but it's also what I think. It's not like, my heart's going with my brain's going. No, I feel like my heart and my brain are on the same page here. Panama is good, but I don't feel they're going to be getting past the USA. Jamaica is a good team, but I don't think they're going to get past Mexico. I believe we're going to have a Mexico-USA final in SoFi, and I really, really feel that the USA will win this thing. It'll be a good, close game. But I'm just, I'm pulling all for the Stars and Stripes as always, and I want to see this team get it done. So there's my prediction. That's what I think, but should be some good stuff. So staying with soccer, a little bit of NWSL, man. This has been kind of nuts. I mean, we have so much to get with when it comes to a league with so little teams. I mean, it's not so little. There's 12 teams. But, I mean, if you look at it, the gap is only 9 points. And we still got a good way of the season to go. Right now, the NC... I mean, we just talked about the North Carolina Courage. When we back on? Like a couple weeks ago? North Carolina is a powerhouse. They've been a powerhouse. They are such a solid team. They were just 6th place a couple weeks ago, and it was within 5 points of first place. Kind of funny, they've switched places. The Wave, I think, back then was actually in first place, and they were like 5 or 6 points ahead of the NC Courage. And guess what? They've swapped places. San Diego is now in second. In 6th. And it's just nuts, right? It's just, it's crazy. But I just feel like right now, this league is one to watch. If you're not a soccer fan, try to become a soccer fan. This is a great league. Currently right now, like I said, from 1st to 6th place, it is a 5-point gap. You can't tell me that that's not competitive. That's way more competitive than the Premier League. I'm sorry. I mean, hey, I said it. I don't care. Hate me. It is what it is. It is, you don't have to like me. But it's nice to have that fluctuation. I love that. And I love that any of these teams can make it happen on any given day. Even some of these lower teams, my goodness, like I told you, it's only a 9-point gap, overall. I'm sorry, an 11-point gap overall. I mean, I love this league, and it is a great one. So I'm still pulling for my San Diego Wave, but right now, NC Courage looking good. They are 1 point ahead of second place. Portland, they are being basically tied for second with Gotham FC. The OL Reign is 1 point back from them with 24. Then you have Washington, the Spirit, with 24 as well, and then behind them with 3 points back, boom, the San Diego Wave with 21 points. And then Louisville's creeping up right there with 19. I mean, Orlando's right there with 19. Houston with 18. It's crazy to think of what's going on. Angel City, this team just lost their head coach. I mean, but they're still chugging along. They're 17 points. Chicago was 16. Even the KC Current, this team right now isn't the greatest, but hey, I'm just saying there's still a chance if they get it together. Not saying that'll happen, but once again, it's a great league. Got some great games coming up. KC and OL Reign coming up on Friday should be a great one. And San Diego and Gotham is going to have major, major implications on that top 5 for sure. So I'm looking forward to that. So many great games coming up here in NWSL. Also, in the MLS, okay, let's just get this out of the way. My Galaxy's horrible, and I'm beyond disappointed in this team. I mean, my gosh, what a fall from grace, right? Used to be this premier, amazing team, and then all the bandwagoners ran over to LAFC, and yeah, cool. They're out of nowhere winning freaking the MLS Cup and doing great. Okay, what I am saying is they're a damn good team. This team is very, very good. They are so skilled, and they deserve it. I'm just a bitter, angry LA Galaxy fan at the moment. But yeah, you got to give LAFC their props. I mean, my gosh, they're right there. What's blowing my mind the most about the MLS is that St. Louis is their first year in this league, and they're leading with 38 points. They're 3 points over Seattle right now for first place. I mean, this is a awesome league. You love to see these stories like the Kraken almost getting it done this year, or almost making a deep playoff run in their first year. Look at this. I mean, the Golden Knights in the NHL. This team getting it done. Just 6 years into being a team? Their first year, they almost won. They were in the finals, right? I mean, it's crazy when you see it. The Houston Dynamo, they were a brand new team, and they won 2 MLS Cups back to back in 06 and 07, I think, or 05 or 06 or something like that. So I just feel like it's so cool seeing this, and we need more of this in sports leagues. I love it. So currently, right now, St. Louis is leading 38 points over Seattle's 35 from first to second, and then from second to third, LAFC is chugging along. They are 2 points back with 33 points. So really cool stuff there in the West. Now, in the East, it's a little bit different. Cincinnati, another new team on the block from a few years back, 45 points. Yeah, they look pretty good. They're leading by 7 over Nashville. Another newer team there, Nashville. And Cincinnati, they're running away with the East. This team is looking good. They're amped up. I love what they got going on. It is such a strong team that they got going there, and I want to see this team get more. So, one thing I did want to mention, Lionel Messi is... he's here, y'all. He's here. I mean, this is it. His premiere, this is why I love this league, too. Okay, I get it. Oh, players go there to die. It's the graveyard of soccer or whatever you want to go. Say what you will. But you know what? It's pretty cool seeing Lionel Messi transition on over to the USA. He knows his fans adore him. He knows, okay? They all know. And it's just so cool to know that these players want to give the USA something. I love that. Lionel Messi, Argentino, this is so cool seeing him be like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go play for Inter Miami. How cool, right? So we're looking forward to him. And I really want to see what he does with this team this year. Hey, will he turn them around and make them a extremely competitive team? I mean, they're last place, but, is it too late? Or is he going to, get this team a good playoff shot? I seriously feel like he will. We've seen what he can do. We know what he's capable of. So it's just really cool seeing that, and I'm really excited for his premiere. So anyway, that'll do it for some soccer, you guys. We're going to take ourselves a quick break. When we come back, oh my gosh, we have so much more to get to. You're listening to The Defining Moment right here on IE Sports Radio. Your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back after this.
What's good, everyone? It's Drewski, the host of Heart of Texas Sports on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. On this station, we cover everything in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area. From where we cover the Dallas Cowboys, the Dallas Stars, Dallas Mavericks, Dallas Wings, Texas Rangers, TCU, SMU, we cover it all right here every Wednesdays from 9 to 10 p.m. Central Time. Make sure you stay live with me on the Heart of Texas Sports on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What up, Boston sports fans? This is Mikey Two Guns here, your host of Our Bleepin' City, airing every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 p.m. right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Please join me. We'll talk everything Boston sports, all the local teams, college teams. I'm even down to talk MMA, boxing, whatever you guys want. So join me every Wednesday night, 7 to 8 p.m. Chime in with your questions on the chat, tweet the show. We'll even have call-ins. I can't wait to hear from you guys. This is going to be a lot of fun. So once again, it's Our Bleepin' City. I am your host, Mikey Two Guns, every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 p.m. right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. See you soon, people.
Hey sports fans, are you in the market for Florida sports or just keeping up with the latest in the Panhandle? Palm Tree Sports is a dedicated audio hub to all things sports in the Sunshine State. We cover current events, big news, heavily favored opinions all across the NFL, NBA, MLB, and so much more. So come check us out every Saturday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a down south education on Florida sports and athletics. It's hosted by yours truly, Corey Pujols, and is powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
It's IE Sports Radio. It is your direct feed for all that is sports. It is Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris every Tuesday night right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris, the most comprehensive view on Philadelphia sports exclusively right here on IE Sports Radio. You know what it is, your direct feed for all that is sports. Tuesday night, IE Sports Radio, Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Big ups to all of our awesome shows here on the network. Man, I can't thank them enough. Awesome people doing awesome things here, and we appreciate every one of you. Big ups to the chat room, man. I didn't even know it was bumping. Big ups to everybody. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Mr. Terran Rodriguez, of course, I mentioned him earlier in the show. Just finished covering Event 5 of the NBA. Man, so much to get into with that. Really, really, really exciting. And Terran, man, he covers it like a champ. I love what he's got going over there. And they are very lucky and blessed to have him over at the NBA. And conducting all of his awesome interviews, great content. Make sure you give that show a follow at set_point.ie. Awesome stuff. And Terran, man, he's looking snazzy, by the way, over there in his he has a suit on over there, looking like an NFL Hall of Famer with his gold suit. But super cool stuff. And big ups to Mr. Adam Karnick in the chat room. He's actually going to be a little bit of a part of what we got coming up in a few minutes. And Davidson Crooks, big ups to him as well. One of the hosts of Fast Break here on IE Sports Radio. Amazing show. Catch him and Mr. D Locked and Tarius Lock Sunday nights, that is. And Mr. Adam Karnick, catch him on Monday evenings. You'll hear him later on today. And Set Point, well, hey, you don't have to wait very long. We're under 6 hours to go for Set Point tonight. So big ups to everybody in there. Taryn brings up a really cool point. Angel FC actually beat the Courage yesterday, and that's first place. Do you see how awesome the NWSL is? It's like any given day. I love this. This is what I want to see in my sports, man. So, such a fun league to follow. And Terrence says, Nashville isn't new. They transitioned from the West. Well, Terrence, they're a lot newer than a lot of teams. This team started up in 2017, so they're a much newer team than a lot of teams in the league. So, all right, guys. So, really, really, really fast. I didn't want to talk about this, but what would this show be? Would I really be talking all sports if I didn't talk about everything, even the stuff that's cringy and I don't want to talk about? So, really fast, you're going to hear a lot about this tonight with our boy Adam Karnick. Kind of a crappy note here of the show, but it'll be a brief mention. Nothing major, but really quick, guys. The allegations and everything going on with Northwestern, can we just say that there's no place for hazing anywhere? Any team, anytime, doesn't matter. It's disgusting, it's despicable, it's something that shouldn't even be, and apparently it's a huge problem with a lot of teams around the country, and it's really gross and horrible, and something I prefer not to speak about. But so Coach Fitz has been suspended for 2 weeks while the investigation is going underway, and there's been activity, I guess, for the last couple of years. A freshman player came out and talked all about it, and there's a lot of really nasty crap. Go read about it. I'm not going to talk about it here on the show. I don't know how much Adam's going to talk about tonight about it. I know he's going to bring it up for sure. But there's all kinds of hazing allegations going on. And whether the players, it was a full player thing, whether, I don't know, whether the head coach, Pat Fitzgerald, knew or didn't know, or all I know is it's disgusting and it should never happen. It should have never happened, and unfortunately it did. So, all I can say is I hope that those involved that were harassed in some way are okay, and even mentally okay, and that, they can get through this and they are okay. That's really my main thing about this whole thing. Right now, it's just a crappy time with with all this going on, we got all these things happening here and there with, it's just hard. A lot of hazing stuff in the last 10 years. Unfortunately, lots of disturbing cases. I mean, I don't know. Over the last, I want to say like 2 decades, we've seen too much of this. Even once is too much. So we've seen more of this than I've ever wanted to see. And once again, I just hope that all the parties involved in any of those cases from the last 2 decades, or even before that, are just okay, and that one day this comes to a halt somehow, some way. So can we get better management of locker rooms and things like that? And I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to even think of who could be trusted, who isn't trusted. I don't know. But what I do know is that I just hope for the best for that whole program. That, it's not fair to the players that had nothing to do with this. It's not fair to any of the Northwestern fans. It's not fair to anybody. So I hope, somehow, some way the school can get through it, the program can get through it, and it'll be, happy Northwestern football, go Cats, one day again. But as of right now, it's just something that should have never happened, and hopefully that gets cleaned up and it doesn't happen again, ever. So I like all the things that they're doing. They're, the anonymous app that I think I read about, and the better supervision and all that. I'm happy. But as of right now, it's just a very disturbing thing to think about, talk about. Like I said, I'm not going to get too deep about it here. If you want to know more, trust me, it's out there. You don't have to look too far to read some of this nasty crap that happened, and hopefully, you don't get too sick reading it or watching like YouTube videos about it or anything. I've done both. But tonight, Mr. Adam Karnick will cover that more in detail. Big ups to him. He's a great podcaster, and I know he'll be doing this in a professional manner. So, yeah, just once again, wish all the best to everybody who's involved in a negative way, and to everybody else. I just hope, once again, everyone can get past this one day and that hazing comes to a halt. So, yeah. So, okay, on a lighter note, though, yes, college training camps are getting ready to start up. Oh, my gosh. I am so excited. So excited for all of, I guess all of college football, but for sure for the USC Trojans. Last year wasn't the best. It was annoying losing to Tulane. It was annoying losing to Utah. It was annoying overall, but I just, I got faith in Lincoln Riley. I got faith in this team. Let's see how far they can go this year. Let's see what they can do. This is a team with a lot of good talent on it. And, if and only if this team can realize that potential. I'm sorry. It's just, last year, I don't know. I guess it was cringy last year. It really was. Because I'm like, oh my gosh, this team. Yes, I'm biased, but I'm like, come on, man. Like, you got this game. You got this game. You got, it's just tough. So, I'm looking forward to a good season. Even out of UCLA, I think it's another good team as well. The Pac-12 is the last year it's going to be, in my opinion, something that I want to watch. I'm severely irritated with stupid SC and UCLA leaving for the Big Ten. I get it. We're leaving because we want to be recognized and everything in the college playoff picture. That's the problem, man. Like, can we stop leaving conferences and crap? Like, can we? The issue is the stupid committee. Can we just get a freaking tournament like every other division of college football, please? I mean, if I had a freaking penny for every time we've talked about this on air, whether it's this show, 3 Not College Edition, it's just been, I've beaten it with a stick. But yeah, we need a bigger tournament. My gosh, like, can we please get that? Because that's where it's at. The FCS has a major issue. The FBS has a major issue. To where Division 3, Division 2, Division 1, AA, of course, the FCS, everybody, the NAIA, my gosh, everyone's good. Everyone's good. But this system sucks. So it's irritating. It's better than it's been. It's not the BCS, okay? You know, whatever was before that. But I know for a fact that this is annoying. So hopefully it won't be the case much longer. But, yeah. So UCLA and USC are on their way to the Big Ten. Whoop-de-doo. I guess it's what we're supposed to be excited. Whatever. But what I do know is that I am looking forward to just a good season from USC. It's really all we can do. And I did want to get into, because of course this week is kicking off realignment week here on IE Sports Radio. So really cool, little thing we did here. I want to give, of course, credit to, and I'm going to be throwing these out there as I go over these sports individually. But yeah, I gotta talk about the realignment here. This map that I am following is a part of, let's see, the members app. This is Read and Write Stories. The app is super cool. Check it out. And it is the article where this map came from is What If College Football Conferences Made Sense by Jake Myers. And I love it, guys. I'm not going to go over all of it, like, intensely. But I will say that I love how he kind of just put them all together. Eastern Conference, Northern, the Midwest, the Western, and the Southern. I think it'd be great to have all 5 of these, like, super conferences. Just get it out of the way. And if we're not going to do a big play-in, like a March Madness tournament, of course, smaller than that. But, you know, if we're not going to do that, can we just get 5 conferences like this that are huge and put them all together? And then, yeah, the best seeded team gets the first round bye, and then boom, there's a quarterfinal where 2 play each other, and then the next round in the semifinal, the first round seed, the first overall seed, they join the party and play in the semifinals. Then we have a championship. I mean, you know what? That's a quick fix, right? I love how these conferences are very well put together. I love how it looks like this was very thought out. But we need this. Something like this. Of course, I like, too, because it's very geographical. I mean, I like the whole let's conserve some fuel, too, and everything. I don't know. This could make some really cool rivalries. It's a lot like just keeping things very close to each other. And, I don't know, it's kind of good for the regions, in my opinion, as well. So, I love it. I think it'd be great to do it that way. And once again, so many schools to get into here that I'm not going to read, but I will say that it'd be really cool to have this and have that kind of playoff theme if they're not going to run with the bigger tournament. So anyway, that's going to do it, though. I am hyped up, though. Taryn and I were about a little bit over a month away from 3 and Out College Edition, and I'm excited, y'all. This is going to be fun. We're going to have a great season of college football. College football is back at all levels coming up soon. And training camps are getting ready to get underway. Let's see who's doing what. We're talking, of course, high school football as well. Who's doing what? Can Modern Day get back to the top? Is St. John Bosco going to be the cream of the crop still? You know, I mean, so much to get into. And, yeah, big shout out to my co-host, Mr. Taryn Rodriguez. And we always have fun. Always doing a great job of covering all college football. So, anyway, moving into the NFL really fast. Okay, we have just shortened preseason. I love it. I love how it's 3 weeks now. I love that, I don't know. I guess I like where the NFL currently is. At first, I wasn't a fan of the 18-game season, or 17-game, 18 weeks, that is. Still not really the biggest fan of it. But, you know what? It is kind of cool. I like the first round bye thing. It's kind of growing on me. And we got a lot to get into this year on 3 and Out. So make sure to tune in. I have some times coming up, in the next month. But I will say this: 3 and Outs, 8 divisions in 8 days is coming up. That's where we cover all 32 teams in a 2-week span. Oh yeah. The first one is 2 weeks from today on July 24th. Then we're going to roll through that week. Since the AFC won it, we're going to start in the AFC, specifically in the AFC West, as the Chiefs won it. So, mark your calendars. On the 24th, we will start off with the AFC West. Tuesday, the 25th, will be the AFC East. We have Wednesday the 26th with the AFC South, and then we'll finish off with the AFC North on the 27th. Then the next week, that'll be some fun. We will have here, let's see where we are, sorry about that. The next one will be on Monday, July 31st. That will be the NFC West. NFC week kicks off. Then we have on August 1st, the NFC East. Then on the August 2nd will be NFC South. And then the NFC North will finish us off on August 3rd. And then that's it, y'all. We're ready to roll. That's actually the same day as the Hall of Fame game, Jets and Browns. So, yeah, y'all, mark calendars. We're ready to go, man. Talking all NFL. How do you think your team's going to do this year? The Stick It To 'em segment is back. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. So, yeah, it's going to be great. Taryn adds this in here, too. The Jaguars signed Josh Peterson, the son of head coach Doug Peterson, which is really cool, right? So, who currently coaches the Jags. So, yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to seeing this year. This is going to be a good year in the NFL. I know I always say that, but this one seems kind of special. The draft was fun. I'm excited to see what the Raiders are going to do, my stupid team. I want to see what happens. Can the Chiefs do it again? You know? And, of course, you already know we got to talk about the realignment of the NFL. And this is courtesy of AssetAlly.com, and I love this setup. I love it. This is so cool because it is very geographical, and it is so cool. So here we have the Pacific Division, Seattle, San Francisco, Vegas, and the Rams. I think that's kind of neat. I like that. I would really like that a lot together. I know there's going to be some editing of this. Like last night, Mr. Aaron Ewell did this on Mile High Musings since Vegas has now moved out to the desert. Oh, sorry, the Raiders have now moved out to the desert. But keeping it with this uniform, I like that, though. It would be really cool to see. I think the Niners would probably dominate, but still. Looks pretty cool. Then we have this is all the Western Division, by the way, the Western Conference. In the Central, we have here the Chargers, Cardinals, Broncos, and Cowboys. You know how cool it would be to see that? The Cowboys and the Cardinals. And I mean, how cool would that be? Chargers and Cowboys. For some reason, we have a major following of the Dallas Cowboys here in Southern California. I don't know how that happened, but it'd be kind of cool to see that. That'd be a fun rivalry. So, you know, anyway, so I don't know. Coming out of that division, I'm going to go with the Cowboys, at least. Well, actually, the Chargers and Cowboys could be a toss-up there. So, next up, the Southern Division, the Saints, the Texans, the Titans, and the Falcons in the Southern. That's kind of cool because it's wide open. The Saints just got Carr. Are they going to be good? We'll see. The Texans don't know what they're doing. The Titans, I thought they knew what they're doing, but they kind of don't. And the Falcons, they're just kind of floating around somewhere in the abyss. I mean, that is so wide open. I would love to see that division too. Next up, we have the Midwest Division, the Chiefs, Vikings, Packers, and Bears. How cool would it be to see the Packers and the Chiefs play each other twice a year, right? I mean, that's Super Bowl I, y'all. Like, that would be so much fun to see that happen. I think the Chiefs would edge out the Packers in this division, but how cool would that be? Then we go over to the Eastern Division. We have the Southeast, which is the Buccaneers, Dolphins, Jaguars, and Panthers. Okay, let's be real. The Buccaneers aren't who they were. The Dolphins are kind of just there. I mean, they're kind of good and they're kind of not. I mean, I don't know. The Jaguars are another weirdo that you kind of just don't know who they are, what they are. And the Panthers are yet another kind of weirdo. I feel like really this is anybody's division. The Buccaneers do have a slight head up on everybody else. That's why I would pick them. But that's a cool division. Then we have here the Atlantic Division, where we would have the Commanders, the Ravens, the Steelers, and the Bills. I don't want to be a jerk, but I'm going to be a jerk and just say that the Bills would run the table. I mean, if there's going to be an undefeated team in a division out of this layout, it's going to be the Bills in the Atlantic Division because I just think they're way better than everybody else in this division. But, you know, so next up, we have the Northeast Division, the Patriots, Giants, Jets, and Eagles. That's actually really cool. That is really, I mean, look at the mileage here. It's only 750 miles, like, between them all combined, I think. That is so cool. I love that. I think how neat would it be? I mean, come on, Patriots and Giants, good old, 2008 and 2012, those Super Bowls. How cool is that? We get the Jets, of course, got to come with the Giants. And then I would love to see the Eagles and Patriots play every year. That'd be a lot of fun. And also, the Great Lakes Division, the Browns, Bengals, Lions, and Colts. To me, that makes so much sense. Actually, a little bit over 1,100-mile distance. That's cool. The Bengals would dominate this right now for sure. But that's who I think would win it in this realignment. I love that whole realignment. I love this topic. And personally, this would be, I don't know, this would fit geographically just a lot better. So anyway, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, so much more to go, so much more realigning, just a lot to go. A little bit of a longer show today, and I hope you're here for it. With that said, you're listening to The Defining Moment right here on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back after this.
Hockey fans, I'm Adam Kernick.
And I'm Zach Puplis.
Together, we are the newest version of Hockey Talk on IE Sports Radio, The Neutral Zone.
Zone.
We love hockey, but we also know it's not everyone's first sport. So we want to make this show as much for new fans as for the diehards.
Whether you can name all the Swedes on the 08 Red Wings Stanley Cup team, or if you can't tell if Varlamov is a goalie or the latest trendy vodka, we're here to help. With facts, figures, and outrageous fans, we bring you all the hard-hitting hockey news you can handle, while still keeping it fun and on the rails. Well, mostly.
So tune in every week as we go around the hockey world, from college to Canada, the minors and the majors, and everywhere in between.
So bring your cellies.
And your one-timers.
You wicked wristas.
And be sure to protect your five-hole.
Catch the Neutral Zone every week on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
We promise not to pick on the Arizona Coyotes every episode.
Hello, everyone. My name is Daryl Kinsey Jr., and I'm welcoming you to take another lap with the fastest show on IE Sports Radio. Yes, this is the Extra Mile with me and my co-hosts Christopher Lehman and Michael Ward. We talk everything racing from NASCAR to IndyCar to Formula One to limited hydroplanes, endurance racing, the NHRA, and more. So come join us for an hour of great racing talk and a lot of fun as well on the Extra Mile, Thursdays at 8 p.m. only on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Sports fans, do you like teams that are tough, cities that are tougher, and fan bases that are passionate about their teams? How about teams that are historic and stadiums that are iconic? Then you belong in Chicago, and you need to check out Chi-Town Weekly. Join me, Adam Kernick, every week as we keep up with all things Chicago sports. Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, White Sox. We'll cover them all, plus more. The Windy City is always buzzing, and we'll keep you up on all the big games and major stories. So tune in to Chi-Town Weekly every week right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen, IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sport. This is me, your boy Larry B. Coming on back. You're listening to The Defining Moment, and we got so much more to go. Once again, pick up the chat room, man. Terrence says, can't count out the Broncos. Oh, we talked about those divisions. Okay, so they have had the Cowboys number for a while. They have, but I don't know. I guess I thought the Cowboys would get it together if this would have happened. It says, more often than not beat the Chargers at Mile High Stadium. So, I don't know. I would still say it's between the Chargers and Cowboys. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too nice to the Chargers. I don't know. But what I do know is that Taryn brought up something hilarious. Eli Manning, never forget the Tom Brady Slayer. Yeah, that's exactly who he was. I'm just saying, how cool. It would be cool to see the Giants and Patriots go head-to-head twice a year. So, all right, so we're going to go ahead and move forward now into a little bit of auto sports. Not a whole bunch to get to at the moment. We are currently... Oh, no. Let's see here. Where are we? So, Formula One has been Formula One. We know Formula One is Formula One. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch the racing. It's going to be really fast aerodynamic cars that we love to watch whip around the track. It's going to be all over the world. That's fun. But one thing it's not going to be, and I think anyone who's a Formula One fan, I mean, you know, maybe they'll call me a hater, I don't know. But I think we all know what it's not going to be, and that's competitive. So let's just get this out of the way really quick. You know, Verstappen wins again. Big ups to the kid. He's done great. I mean, he's not a kid. He was 25 now. So, but he's done amazing, and hats off to him. I'm not hating on his success. I'm just hating on the fact that it kind of just seems like, I don't know, it's weird with Formula One. Like, I'm a big Ferrari fan, but remember the days where Schumacher just dominated everybody? You know, I mean, it's just weird, you know? It's like, how does this always happen where there's one... It's like somebody has to be the Batman. You know, somebody has to be Superman, and everyone else is the villain. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird. Like, it's just weird. So, yes, Verstappen does it again. He will win his 42nd career victory. Hats off to him. And this is his 8th of the season. 8th, you guys. There's only been, 13 races or something like that. He's done extremely well this year, but it's just kind of sucky knowing that even, recently, Lewis Hamilton was the guy winning everything, and everyone was getting tired of him. I mean, it's not that we're getting tired of him. It's just that, can we get a challenge in there, please? Even with the teams, we all know it's always going to be Ferrari. It's going to be, and even though I'm a fan, the Silver Arrows, or it's going to be Red Bull. It's those three at the top. I mean, it's just... Regardless, we love the sport because we love it. That's it. We love Formula One. For those of you who do love it, you love it. You're like me. You're not going to not watch it. But you know what you can count on, which is all the things that I said earlier. And you know what you can't count on, which is competitive racing. So, yeah, I mean, the current points right now, Verstappen's leading with 255. And 99 points down, Sergio Perez. Cool. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, come on, guys. Like, you know? I mean, there's an Aston Martin in there, Fernando Alonso. I mean, you know, crazy to see that. I mean, I might fall out of my chair right now. But pretty cool seeing him up there. Regardless, though, the constructors, you know, the Ferrari's been struggling. And yes, Aston Martin is a part of the mix at the moment. But, guys, it's just so spaced out. Look at this. Red Bull has 411 points. Then the Silver Arrows, Mercedes with 203. Aston Martin's not far behind them with a 181. And then Ferrari is kind of creeping right there with 157. And then, boom, there's a big drop off. And then 59 points, McLaren. I mean, I'm just saying it's kind of weird. It's something that we love. It's great. I'm not going to not watch Austria coming up on, coming up in a couple of... I'm sorry, not Austria. Wow. That was last week. I'm not going to not watch the upcoming races. I've enjoyed them this year. But once again, it's just gonna, be one of those things. So, anyway, 11 races in. I'm sorry, my apologies. But yes, Hungary is coming up next. And that is July 23rd. Hopefully it's a good race. We'll see. But regardless, we still get to see the cars we love. And that's that. All right, so transitioning on over to the NHRA. This is always fun. That's why I love it too. Lots of fluctuation. But we had a couple weeks ago, the wrap-up of the Summit Nats, that is. And great stuff a couple weeks back. The NHRA is it's a jewel. It is beautiful. I love the NHRA. Just because, it just gives you so much power, horsepower. It gives you never know who's going to win. Like, it's so neat, so cool. It relies heavily on the mechanics. I've said this a million times, but it's a great, great series to watch. Next one is coming on up, you guys. We are here, actually. July 16th coming up this weekend. We have the Mile High now. Time for the Western Swing, y'all. So, looking forward to that. Plenty of great racing. This is so far from done. We're only like halfway through the season right now. And there's been lots and lots and lots of great racing. I'm really, right now, my all-time favorite, of course, the Top Fuel. But Justin Ashley, this guy's made such a name for himself. He's leading by just almost 100 points over Steve Torrance in Top Fuel. He's had a great year this year. Matt Hagan still doing his thing, leading by just 3 points over Ron Capps in Funny Car. Oh my gosh, I love that race right now between those two. It is such a good one. Also, Dallas Glenn pretty much taking off. This guy's closing in on 200 points, like 150 points over Matt Hartford in Pro Stock. And then, of course, we have Pro Stock Motorcycle, where Gage Herrera is leading by almost 200 points himself over Hector Arana Jr. So, as you can see, some are running away, some aren't, but that Funny Car is going to be something to watch, seeing like down the stretch. So, anyway, so a little bit of NHRA there. Get ready to strap in and go racing in Denver. Mile High Nats coming on up on Sunday. Look forward to that. Also, IndyCar, the Grand Prix of Toronto coming up on Sunday as well. That's another great series that I am just all over right now, because you can always count on any given race. That's what I love. Scott Dixon won this all last year in Toronto. Can he do it again? This is why we love Indy. This is why I love Indy. I know Alex Below right now is 100 points, 110 over Scott Dixon, but still, guys, this can change quickly. I mean, the way these races go, I love it. So, really, really, really good racing there, and just looking forward to that coming up this year, this summer, with lots of auto sports. So, all right, there we are, and we're going to transition now into, I just want to bring up the Summer League really quick, and then we're going to get into the twisting and turning of the of the divisions. But if you haven't been watching the Summer League, oh my gosh, it has been great. It's been fun. Wembanyama is as advertised. He's the guy we thought he was. Davidson Crooks and Darius Locke on Fast Break have been all over him. He has really shown that this is awesome. The Spurs, it's going to be cool to see them, strong again. We haven't seen them really good since, Duncan and Parker, over 10 years ago. So, it's going to be really cool. It'll be really, 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 really cool to see how well this team can get with him. I really love it. And do I think he's going to be this major player that's going to go off and do LeBron, Kobe, Jordan numbers in his first year? No, don't get me all twisted up. But I will say that he is one hell of an athlete, and the guy's going to make a difference on the team. And in the coming years, put some pieces around this guy. Yeah, the Spurs are going to be someone to mess with again, man. Oh, sorry, not going to be nobody to mess with again. And I'm looking forward to that. So, this just in, by the way. Taking a look. Let me see here. Let me roll on over to good old Twitter. Okay, sorry, it was nothing. All right, so, really quick. Jabari Smith, man. Dude went for 38 yesterday. How about these Texas teams, man? Houston is looking strong. With this guy, Houston should be a decent team this year. Did I say great? No. But I think they should be, better than they were last year for sure. And it's so cool to see these tournaments. These tournaments mean absolutely nothing. You don't get a ring for winning this thing in Vegas, but what you do see is these young guys get some PT. They get to see what they're doing. I don't know. I love this tournament. So anyway, so I just wanted to, put those two out there. Could I go on about this? Yes, but we don't got a lot of time. So I want to go over the realignment of the NBA really quick. This was fun. This is by a Reddit post, actually, that I found this map on. The post was by CS_IRL. And this is cool. I like this little setup that they did. So we have in the West, okay? Let's see. And yeah, Taryn chimes in here, says Wembanyama has been shut down. Yeah, that is a smart decision. He's a beast, and we already know he's gonna make a presence. So yeah, absolutely there, Taryn. That's a great thing to say there. And yeah, I didn't know that, but I'm glad he's shut down, and he's gonna be showing his presence coming up in, well, September, yes, for the preseason, but October for sure when the season starts. So, all right. So next up, we have here in the Pacific. This is the little mesh around our geographic type deal we have here. So I don't know why Portland's not a part of this Pacific Conference, but okay. Anyway, so it's the Kings, Warriors, Clippers, and Lakers and Suns that make up the Pacific. I would like that. That needs to happen. It's not too far from what we have now. But I like the fact that, I don't know, these teams need to stay where they are. That conference, or sorry, that division, yeah, that's something to look at. Because right now, taking a look in this division, we have the Pacific, which is, that is the actual division that needs to stay. And overall, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it, right? Then we have here Portland, the Jazz, Nuggets, and the Thunder. Good. I like that as well. Next up here, and that would be, by the way, us Northwestern. Then we have here Spurs, Mavericks, Rockets, and New Orleans, and the Grizzlies. I like that because the Grizzlies belong over there. Like, let's just be real, you know? Like I said, these teams are all, this is where they belong. This is where they are, this is where they belong. And overall, I don't really feel like mixing around these divisions would be too much, honestly. I feel like this is kind of where I know some people would be like, well, it'd be cool to kind of switch things around a little bit more. But overall, I think the NBA has got it pretty much correct. You know, it seems like for instance, Milwaukee, the Pistons, Pacers, I mean, they're all right there. The Cavaliers, the Bulls, this is where they all need to stay. So when it comes to switching that around, I wouldn't change around the NBA. I think the NBA is actually pretty good. It's kind of geographical in a sense. Is it weird? Yes. Is it kind of a little bit out of the way for some of these teams? Yes. But overall, I think everybody where they are is pretty solid. So anyway, so we're going to go ahead and move forward now into the buildup of this fight. Really quick, boxing, as I told you before, something that I absolutely love boxing. And Crawford and Spence is going to be a battle. We're going to have probably one of the best fights on our hands of the year. I don't want to spoil all I got planned to talk about in the next couple of weeks, so I'm just going to give a brief introduction. That fight is happening Saturday, July 29th. Just know we're going to be talking much more about that in the coming weeks. Mark your calendars. If you don't know already, that's going to be one hell of a fight. So, all right, next up, we are going to go ahead and dive right on in. And, man, it kind of sucks running low on time, but I would definitely love to go more into this. So, all right, so next up, I want to go ahead and roll right on into the MLB. So, the MLB this year, the first half of the season has been so much fun. Tomorrow we got the All Star game. Today we got the Home Run Derby. But looking at the teams where they are, we're at the halfway mark. Okay. After that start, Tampa Bay has kind of dwindled a little bit. They're only leading by 2 games. I expect a little more out of this team, but I get it. Injuries happen, you get a little banged up, things happen, I know. But regardless, Tampa Bay got a really good lead. It's diminished, but believe it or not, the Orioles are the only real threat to them right now at 2 games back in the East. In the Central, Cleveland. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Cleveland, the Guardians. Yes, they were in a World Series within the last 10 years. Yes, they've been a pretty solid team. But seeing this team back up there right now, I like it. Because Detroit just isn't doing anything. Detroit's that team that just likes to hang around, but never get too close to the lead. The White Sox have issues. The Royals have lots of issues. I'm kind of surprised that Minnesota's not leading. Granted, they're half game back. I get it. But Minnesota and Cleveland, this is going to be so much fun watching the second half of the season. And then staying here in the AL, the Texas Rangers have been the biggest surprise to me. I did not think they were going to be this good. But it's really cool seeing this team lead versus the Astros out front right now. They're leading by 2 games, and good job to them. Then we have Seattle and my beloved Angels. 6 games back for Seattle, 7 games back for the Angels. It's so frustrating knowing that Ohtani might just leave. Yeah. He might just leave because we just can't seem to put more talent around him. And it sucks. I get it. There's so many bats there, you guys. Moustakas now is a beast. Of course, Mike Trout is there. We have guys like Rendon. Okay? Even Stassi has a bat, man. You know what I mean? Like, for real, man. Rengifo, that guy can hit, Drury. It's just kind of frustrating to see this team not play better. Regardless, let's see what they do in the second half. Into the National League right now, the best team in baseball at the moment. The Braves with 60 victories. Looking good, leading everybody else by 8.5 games. I don't even know if it's worth it. Scherzer's a Met. He's playing for the Mets, and this team is just, they're 18.5 games back. Is it really him? Is he a big part? I mean, the guy is a hell of a pitcher, but the Mets just aren't competitive, man. They're not. So what do we do? What do we look forward to? For fans of Scherzer, I'm a fan of him. I think he's a great pitcher. But does he want out? Does he want to go somewhere else? Can he? But I do feel like right now the Braves are the cream of the crop, and I don't see them letting this go. I think they got a stranglehold on that East. Well, let's keep doing what they're doing and stay healthy. Next up in the Central, 50 games, the Reds. Who saw that coming? I did not. This team they've looked better. The Pirates were just leading, guys. They were like, yeah, we look good. Wrong. Nope. They fell off. The Cubs, who weren't that good to start the season, now they're just 7 games back. Let's see what they do. Milwaukee, I thought they'd be leading, but they're not. They're 1 game back from Cincinnati, and then Cincinnati's leading. Hey, good for them. Let's see what they do. And then, of course, in the West, the Dodgers. Oh, my goodness. Also, my beloved Dodgers here. The Dodgers are tied with the Diamondbacks at 51 games. I mean, Diamondbacks have 52 games won. Dodgers have 51. But regardless, this is a good battle. And then we have the Giants that are 2.5 games back from them. The Padres freak me out. Like, how do you have all that talent and you're still 8.5 games back? Like, what's your problem? And then the Rockies, of course, 18 games back. They look like that. At the halfway point, there are some surprises. There are some non-surprises. But overall, this looks like it'd be a lot of fun to just mix around things now at the moment. So this is here courtesy of, let me go back to my map sources, of Divine Right on WordPress. Mixing things around here. Let's take a look. We have what would be pretty cool, like way on the Pacific coast, Seattle. We have this is go by team name. So the Mariners, the Giants, the Athletics, Angels, Dodgers, and Padres. Oh my gosh, why can't that be? I would love for that to be a division in baseball. Then we go more of like the Midwestern-ish. And then the one Arizona team out west. So Diamondbacks, Rockies, Royals, Cardinals, and the 2 Texas teams, Texas and Astros, the Rangers and Astros. I think, of course, those 2 would try to dominate this league or this division, but it'd be cool to see that. Then we have way up top in the north, we have Detroit, or the Tigers, the Guardians, both Chicago teams, Milwaukee and the Twins. It's kind of hard to say that Milwaukee wouldn't be the cream of the crop, but then the Twins, look at the Twins right now. So I don't know, that'd be a fun one to see. Then we have way out east, Toronto, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, the Yankees, the Mets, and Boston. That would be pretty cool to see as well. That would be a lot of fun. At the moment, man, I mean, that could be a total toss-up. I mean, with a few teams, that is. And then, of course, way out east on the Atlantic, we have both teams in the DMV. So we have Baltimore, Washington, the Reds, the Braves, the Rays, and the Marlins. I would absolutely love to see that. Right now, if you were to put them in there, man, that would be, let's see, who would dominate? I would have to pick, I gotta pick anybody there, of course, the Braves, but that would be a lot of fun to watch as well. So, anyway, guys, we're taking ourselves one more break. When we come back, we're gonna finish off the show. Plenty more to get to, and thanks for hanging out with me this afternoon. You're listening to The Defining Moment right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that's sports. We'll be right back after this.
What's good, fight fans? It's your boy, Marcus Los Great, here to give you what you want, here to give you what you need. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm coming to you live, straight from your mama's basement with a crispy white tea. We are coming to you live every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hey sports fans, do you like wine? Well, we've got the show for you. This is Let's Wine About Sports, a show where we talk about wine and sports simultaneously. From the classic Cabernet Sauvignon all the way down to the grapes that you've never even heard of before. Oh yeah, we cover it all. And we'll talk about a little bit of sports as well. Football, hockey, collegiate, women's sports, it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about it all, and we're going to whine about it all. So join me Monday at 8 p.m. on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Coming on in for the final segment here of the show. I'm going to go rapid fire on a lot of this, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So bear with me. So, starting things off with the NBA, National Volleyball Association. Our boy Taryn Rodriguez has been killing it, man. This guy's amazing. So many great interviews. Once again, if you love volleyball, at set_point.ie interviews, he's got freaking amazing videos. Like, he does it all. And yeah, we're so blessed to have this guy part of the team, as I know that so is the NBA. The NBA, very blessed to have him part of their team. So, as of right now, getting this from his Twitter as well, the NBA is all set. Playoffs are here. In the American Conference, we have the number 1 overall seed, the champs, the team that, well, they make it look easy out there. The Las Vegas Ramblers, they'll be taking on the Inland Empire Matadors. My team, I have hope. I really do. I believe in this team. But man, that's a tall order. So, let's hope the Matadors can pull off a huge upset. But if not, I don't know if anybody's gonna get in the Ramblers' way, y'all. So, next up, we have the number 2 seeded San Diego Wild taking on the number 3 seeded Stingers of Utah. This team, the Utah Stingers, is pretty good, man. They've had a pretty solid season. Overall, though, I just kind of feel like it might just be 1 versus 2 here. And we shall see. But overall, the Wild has had a pretty good season. This team looking at Terrence videos and seeing them, this team looks like they are destined. They want a piece of the Ramblers. You can tell. They want this team on that stage. So it'll be pretty fun to see this unfold. And then, of course, in the National Conference, we have the number 1 overall Texas Tyrants taking on the number 4 Puerto Rico Pythons. And then the number 2 seeded OC Stunners taking on the number 3 seeded New Jersey Freedom. Congratulations to all the teams that have made it. I'm going to also say it's going to be 1 versus 2 there as well. The Tyrants taking on the Stunners. So let's see how it goes. Hats off to the NBA, man. They're competing seasons over there, and they're looking good. I am also just a huge fan of any sport. I mean, I love it. So hats off to them. Mr. England over there is doing a great job of just holding this whole thing together. Terrence doing an amazing job over there. Terrence said he also covered USA Bulgaria's men's volleyball yesterday. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff there. Check out his highlights on Set Point as well on that Twitter feed. And, of course, make sure to tune in tonight for Set Point at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Show him some love, man. Terrence does a great job there. So those are my picks. Let's go Matadors. But, I'm just saying... Let's just see. Look, if the Matadors win, you know how happy I'm going to be. I would love to. But and you see their interviews, they're so hopeful. They have a good product. They have a good team in the Inland Empire. Fun fact, that's what this whole thing was. This was IE Sports Radio, Inland Empire, but then we just branched out all over the country. So, hey, the same thing with how IE Sports Radio was Inland Empire Sports Radio, but now International Sports Radio. I feel like the same way that this team grew, the Matadors are going to continue to grow as well. And I really do feel like this team, it won't be long before there's a title in the Inland Empire. And I look forward to that. So anyway, guys, that will do it for a little bit of NBA talk. We're going to go ahead and cruise on over now to the WNBA really fast. Can we just take a quick look at how good and dominant the Aces are? This team is so good. Asia Wilson, this whole team is so strong. They're leading over New York right now by 3 games and Connecticut. But overall, it's just not much of a race. It's not. It's just those 3 teams at the top and then kind of just everybody else, including my Sparks right now. They're 10 games back. They're just not looking very good. But overall, the playoffs sort of start today. I mean, those 8 teams, Vegas, New York, Connecticut, Washington, Atlanta, Dallas, Minnesota, and Chicago. The teams that are out are Los Angeles, Indiana, Seattle, and Phoenix. And it's just not a good season for the Sparks. And I don't feel like it's going to be a good season for anybody else, man. The Aces are looking good. Can there be a challenge at the top? We'll see. But as of right now, that's a little bit of WNBA for you. And this is such a good team, and I don't see anybody winning it again this year but the Aces, so good for them, and let's see what they got going. So really quick, I want to touch on the WPF Women's Pro Fast Picks, but can't get to it this week, hopefully next week, but make sure to tune in. Those ladies are putting a great product on the diamond for Women's Pro Fast Picks out there, and it is absolutely awesome. So I wanted to go ahead and touch on that as well. Wimbledon, I can't really get to either, but man, there has been some awesome stories coming out of Wimbledon. One of them actually, kind of cool, in our IE Sports Radio chat room, our very own Miss Patty Bax, the host of our Buffalo Sports Show. She posted in there, I believe yesterday or the day before, can't remember, but I do know that she posted a really cool story. A really, really, really awesome player, which I feel, you gotta love when you see these great stories coming out, right? But she posted up about, let me see, where was it? I'm gonna go look for it real quick because I want to get her exact words. Like seriously, Patty's she's awesome. I love when she chimes in with her sports in there as well. But Anyway, can't seem to find it. But I will tell you right now, Wimbledon has been so good this year. And, once again, are we going to get a lot of the same old? Is anybody ever going to pass Serena Williams? Is Djokovic going to remain out front and never look back? Is Nadal going to challenge him for that? Federer has, made his exit. It's just really cool. The women's pool is so strong. And that's why I really love tennis too. Because you really don't know what you're going to get. You have a couple that are out there, the ones that are going to win more than lose, the legends, if you will. But the best part about it is that you kind of don't know sometimes. Especially when some of these big stars sit out some of these big tournaments. It's like a star can be born at any given time. So, anyway, there you go. A little bit of talk there for Wimbledon. Like I said, we'll get way more into it as we get ready to, as we start getting down the line a little bit. But just a super cool tournament. And, once again, if you're a tennis fan, sweet. If you're not a tennis fan, check it out. Really, I really would like for you guys to check out some tennis. It's a lot of fun. It's a great sport. And let's see who does what this year. Trust me, there's a lot of really cool stories, and let's just find out who's doing what. So anyway, guys, sorry about that little time constraints there. Kind of cutting short here, cutting close. I did want to finally get to the NHL, like the twist up here for realignment week. This is from the Game House. That's HAUS.com. And taking a look at the mix up here of the NHL. This is a kind of cool map too. It says up top here, so we have a couple of Canadian teams and one Seattle. So the Kraken, we have, looks like the Kraken, the Canucks, the Flame, and the Edmonton Oilers. Then in the west over there, that would be good. I'm going to take the Kraken for there. Then we have the Kings, the Ducks, the Golden Knights in San Jose. I mean, that's going to be the Golden Knights all day long. Then out in kind of the Midwest area, we have the Yotes. Hopefully they stay in Arizona. The Avalanche, the Stars, and the Predators. And then up north, we have the Blues, Blackhawks, Minnesota Wild, and the Jets. Out east, in the northeast, we have the Sens, the Habs, the Bruins, and the Maple Leafs. Then it is the Rangers, the Devils. We have the Sabres and the Islanders. Then we have, that would be a fun one as well. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Columbus, and the Red Wings. And then, of course, the Capitals, both Florida teams, the Panthers and the Bolts, and then the Hurricanes. How fun would that be? Why can't we have that? To me, I think that, the hockey's already awesome. That would be a fun way to go. Regardless, right now, I don't think anybody's taking it from the Golden Knights. They might repeat. But that would be really cool. So, hope you had fun there with Realignment Week. Just little thoughts here. Going to be hearing it all week from everybody else. But yeah, so that's pretty much that. Terrence says here in the chat room, and yeah, and remember, Nick England, not Mr. That's right, good old Nick England, man. I've talked to him before on social media. He's a really cool guy. He says, no, he's calling me Nick. I'm not Mr. Call me Nick. So, really cool guy. So he says, and hey, at least the Matadors aren't the Untouchables. You are so right, Taryn, because the Untouchables freaking suck. So, I'm sorry. They shouldn't have that name. They should lose the rights to that name this year. I'm just kidding. But some of the referees jokes and said the Untouchables should change their name to the Unreliables. I'm sorry. Yeah, you can't have a team that's called the Untouchables and they just lose. I mean, I'm sorry. You can't do that. So, anyway, you guys. Dan, that was a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun today on air, and my time has basically ran out. Kind of bummed. I wish I could cover more, but it's all good, man. So, an hour and 30 minutes. That was my limit today. But, man, it was a lot of fun. Once again, if you have not checked out the NBA, get on over to it, man. Please go check it out. You will not be disappointed. Such a great team. They do such a good job. Marketing, everything. It is just cool thing they got going on. You're going to be a fan. Trust me. You're going to be a fan. Volleyball is awesome. And this year, I guess I have to pick a favorite, probably the Ramblers, but I'm just pulling for the upset so bad. I'm so mad at them. So, we shall see in the coming weeks. Once again, stay tuned. Plenty of great stuff coming your way. Crawford and Spence. Oh, it's going to be a good fight. NFL training camps coming up. So many great things. College football training camps are coming up. Aaron and I will probably be back on air, mid-August, so a little bit over a month from right now, with 3 and Out college football, covering all things college football, literally everywhere. So, just so much, and high school football as well. So much to get to, and if I forgot anything today, my apologies, but I had so much to cover in 90 minutes. It's hard. Ask Aaron with the SoCal Sports Show on Friday. It's definitely hard, but thank you all so much, though, for tuning in. Showing love. Make sure to give us a follow on social media at iSports Radio. At iSports Radio. That is on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Yeah, give the website a follow, or so go ahead and become a member. Chime in on our conversations on our forum, the iSports Radio Community Forum. Make sure to show us some love there. Sign up, become a part of it. Newsletters will be starting soon. Become a part of that as well. Jump in on our blog. We have a great blog run by our very own Mike Pat, the host of Let's Wine About Sports. Check that out. That's always a really fun read. Lots of great bloggers in there. Comment, sign up, and leave some comments. We really appreciate that. And show us love. And thank you so much for just listening. Once again, lending it here is definitely difficult sometimes, but we thank you for that. And we always have a great time. I will be back next week. But the next time you'll be back, I will be back on air. We'll be picking up on Friday. My beautiful wife Cecilia and I will be interviewing again the one, the only, Has Egan of the Lake Elsinore Storm. We are now mid-season, so we'll be talking all about that. He's the MC of the Lake Elsinore Storm. So catch us on Friday. Hear our recorded interview. That's going to be a lot of fun with Kaz. Check us out once again, the website. New t-shirts are even coming this week. Oh yeah, we got some new IE Sports Radio merch. Show us some love. Show the station some love and rep us. We appreciate you guys all. 9 years running. IE Sports Radio will continue to be your refuge for all that experience. We ain't stopping anytime soon. So we thank you for that. Thank you everybody in the chat room. Mr. Aaron Rodriguez. Adam Karnick, Dave and Chris, thank you all so very much. Thank you all, as I always say, big ups to our Lord Jesus Christ, without him nothing is possible. And big ups to all of you guys out there listening, despite you guys, I just think it's not possible. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, like everywhere. You can do a podcast, we are there. Amazon now, that's a new one, Audible. So, thank you guys so very much. That's going to do it. This has been me, your boy Larry B on The Defining Moments. I will see y'all next week. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.